If you're nervous about affiliates promoting your offer, or if you just need to get better at closing affiliates on promoting your offer, stick around because we're going to be showing you questions you need to be asking affiliates to vet and close so they actually promote and you get the right types of affiliates promoting your offer. Okay, in case you're new, I'm Thomas. I work for ClickBank. I help new offer owners and existing offer owners get set up and scaled with affiliates, which means that they might be coming from a number of different areas. You might be branded and e-com focused and really concerned, or a personal brand and really concerned about affiliates kind of promoting your offer and doing the wrong thing with their promotions. You might be more just, hey, how do I get more affiliates promoting my offer? No matter what boat you're in, I'm going to give you some questions you can be using on a lead gen capture form, or ideally on calls and or emails or chats with affiliates to kind of help vet and prove them. So starting with the top of the funnel here, if you will, from an affiliate perspective, if you're recruiting affiliates, I just want you to know that you can gate your offer on most networks, including ClickBank. So if you don't want any old affiliate to just be able to promote it, you can gate it so they have to be approved by you in your settings before they can actually promote, which gives you a chance to collect a lead from them and then jump in and start vetting them either on that landing like affiliate recruitment page or again on a call or a meeting with them, which I like, right? The metaphor I use is that affiliates are B2B relationships. So how do you close high ticket B2B relationships? It's with relationships. How do you build relationships? You get on the Zoom, you meet in person, you go to masterminds, all this kind of stuff. But here's some things when it gets down to the brass tacks on how you can be asking questions and kind of helping vet the right affiliate for your offer and then closing them on actually promoting you. First, really generic question can just be like, what kind of traffic do you have? What is your traffic? And affiliates are going to be used to that. They're going to say, oh, I promote on my blog. Oh, I do Facebook ad campaigns. Oh, I do Google PPC, right? They'll kind of let you know what their main channel is. And they might have a variety of them. This is your chance to either disqualify or qualify right from the get-go. Because you might not want Google PPC affiliates promoting your stuff if you're already doing that in-house at scale. Or you might, okay, hey, you can do Google PPC, but you cannot do branded search terms because we're doing that. You can do other keywords that are not associated with our brand. Okay, great, right? You want to set those expectations clearly because if they were just wanting to go low-hanging fruit, branded search terms and kind of get the last cookie wins, you can kind of clean those out of your queue and not have to worry about them from the get-go. So once you establish what kind of traffic they have, now you're trying to figure out kind of like, well, how much traffic do you usually send? How many sales is a good campaign for you, right? Like kind of getting an idea of the size of them, right? And this is where you want to take a grain of salt because, right, most people will overinflate what they can do, but you want to kind of get an idea of the volume they're doing, right? It's like, oh, if I send 100 clicks a day, that probably means maybe a sale a day, right, on an average conversion basis. Unless they're like a personal brand with really high engaged audiences. If they're like, oh yeah, we send 100 sales a day to our top offers that we're doing. Oh wow, like how many offers do you do that with, right? All these questions are kind of like qualifiers to ask more questions to get deeper with it. But this is where you want to kind of go with these conversations. Because if you find that, oh, okay, you can send 1,000 sales a day and you can do that with this type of offer and it seems like a good fit. But I don't have that kind of inventory right now, right? You kind of want to be able to make sure that both sides can align on the good scale and the good traffic. So figuring out size of affiliate will also help you figure out how much bandwidth you want to put towards them. Because the next one might be, right, well, what do you need to get going? Do you need custom pages built? Do you need custom like pixels placed on our site? Do you need custom copy or swipe files or headers and things like that made, right? How much resources you're going to dedicate to an affiliate? And some of this might be gated to a degree, right? You're like, okay, hey, we're happy to build this after you generate 100 sales or after you generate 50 sales, whatever that metric is, kind of help them prove their worth. Sometimes I might be like, hey, I really need this to get going, but I know it can do well. And that's where you're really going to hash out terms and kind of make sure it's worth it before you invest team resources on it. But that's why these conversations are so important to have on both sides. So you're not burning time on either side and you can get set up for a good chance of success. A really good question to ask too early on is what demographic do you target, right? Like, do you do well with offers that are convert well for women over 55 or conservative men, right? Like kind of what kind of offers have you done well with in the past is a way I like to frame that. And what kind of demographics do you like to promote to? Some affiliates might just tell you anything that converts, right? And if you convert to a pretty cool audience, they could have a good chance of success with it. If they're more niche and you can align with that, you haven't tested that niche yet, it's a good time to set that expectation for them. Be like, okay, great. We haven't tested that niche yet, but I'd love to help you get going with it. And we can provide you custom swipes, right? Whatever it might be. Because that is going to open you up to a new avenue of testing, maybe a new type of lander for that demographic. And you can now expose into a whole new vertical you didn't have access to before. So it's not a bad thing if it's new. You just want to have that expectation setting on both sides that, hey, this might be new to us, so it might not convert as well as our proven stuff, but we'll work with you to make it worth your time, Mr. Affiliate, right? A good one to ask is like, what kind of earnings do you expect to get from a campaign, or what kind of EPC, earnings per click, do you expect to get from a campaign? This is for you to know when they're actually testing, to say like, okay, they said they usually expect $5,000 in commission for every campaign they mail to, and they're at 2,000 right now, and it's towards the end of their send. So either this is underperforming, or they didn't send as many clicks and kind of as big of a send as I thought they would. And that's your chance to follow up and ask more questions with them. Again, I coach people not to assume anything, just to ask like, hey, I see that you've made $2,000 in commission so far. You said you like to usually make 5,000. Are we off the mark here? What's going on? That's where they might clarify. Oh, I only sent to 10% of my list, right? To do a test, we're going to optimize and send some more next week. Great, right? Instead of coming in going, oh shoot, looks like it's underperforming, kind of freaking out and realizing, kind of putting a bad foot forward. Same time, don't over assume. Wow, looks like it's going great. They might go, oh, actually, it's underperforming, and that was awkward, right? But that's where you want to ask, what does a good success look like to you? What's an average campaign for you, right? If it's a $1.20 EPC and you're at 80 cents, do you need to work on custom swipes proactively for them, or a custom page for them? Or do you just need to bump up commission if that's the easiest lever to pull to kind of help them get to that number and win more traffic from them? Because that's the whole point of this. We want to close the qualified affiliates to promote our offers, and then we want to send the best ones to keep sending and keep winning traffic from them on a deeper level. Then the really good question to ask, which is throughout this, is like, when will you be testing and sending, right? Try to get a firm date planted so you can give them resources to back into and be following up with them in a very collaborative way, not a pushy way, right? If you know they're sending October 1st and it's next week, we reach out proactively. Hey, I know you're sending this week. Do you need anything from us? Are things looking good? Does anything change? That way you can back into and can make pivots if you need to, especially if you're expecting a big sales to come through and they don't, right? Or, oh my gosh, they're actually sending earlier. Do we have inventory? You can kind of pivot around that. So make sure the timing's on point. You can be working with them that way. There's a lot more avenues you can go down off of these questions, right? These are all kind of general top of exploratory questions. They should lead you down other qualifying and kind of explanation questions, and kind of like, wait, what do you mean there? And kind of be really digging in. Again, this is a B2B kind of business to business sales conversation. And the more you treat it that way, the better affiliates you'll end up working with, and the more traffic you'll win from them. A good way to send, right, is after it's going well, be like, hey, looks like this went well with you, right? Looks like this went well based on everything we discussed previously. Great. How can we do more of this, right? Do you have your own offers? Do you have reciprocals? Can we get more mailings from you? Do you have a blog? Do you have, right, social? You can start to like kind of mine for more that they might have, or you can get into, hey, can you regularly send to your new leads and customers every month, right? You can build in sustained traffic from them instead of just one-time sends. And these are the kinds of conversations to be having and really leveling up your affiliate recruitment and management game. I would love to hear from the offer owners out there and the affiliates. What types of questions do you like to ask yourself or other partners in your business when you're having these conversations? How do you like to vet other sides of the coin? Or if you've got questions for me, let me know what you've got. We help kind of people with this all the time. Happy to dive in and respond to them there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for videos every Monday and Thursday. Again, I'm Thomas with ClickBank, and happy scaling.